wouldn't say his tried and true along with the Lucina and for Smash Ultimate, but here he's going for the sortie option, it seems like, and it's going to be a battle of the range versus the air mobility once more. Wario versus Cloud.
This is actually quite new to me, if you ask me. Like, I haven't had the chance to see this matchup before. Like, of course, we had the chance to see Javi and Waymas before, but not specifically these matchups, so I'm not quite knowledgeable on what's gonna happen. And on the other hand, one thing that I'm for sure is that Waymas has to hold a lot of respect for that shield, because every single time that I see Waymas just getting against or trying to invade Javi's spaces, that's just gonna land him a lot of percentage that he cannot afford.
Yeah, and also touching onto the records, it seems like Waymas has the advantage as far as their head-to-head goes, because they are 2-0 currently, if I'm not mistaken, in sets. So here, the local is the favorite so far. However, Javi finding a way to slice it up, and he is just mere percent away from perhaps taking that stock if he's able to get use of that limit. And he did bait out that jump. However, he did not go low enough to let that cross slash rip. Controlling the stage again, but we know what Waymas is able to do if you just give him an inch.
Yeah, of course, and that's probably gonna be the stock unless... Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep. It's gonna be Waymas that one that takes the most advantage every single time that he takes Javi outside of the stage. That's just gonna be it, unless Javi has the limit to expand it, to extend it on recovery. That's just gonna be the way the things go, and you just gotta shake it up and this is it. On the other hand, Javi takes off the first stock from Waymas side, and this is quite even if you ask me.
Yeah, sure, and here, like, Cloud does have a lot of things that he can do at low percent, but it's a matter of if Waymas is going to give it to Javi or not, or if Javi is able to actually find it. Look at that, a couple of aerials, and we are already pretty much back to even, and even with the limit here. Here, Javi going for those uppers, very reminiscent of times past, however, not going to work out his way, and just very contempt Waymas and just trying to pressure there, and Javi holding the line as well, not trying to force the issue. These two are very, very patient players, so I'm very interested in seeing who is going to commit first and who is going to pay for it, perhaps.
So far, I have seen that Waymas, every single time that he commits, that's just what happens. Javi just stays still. He just single-handedly stays still, just roots his feet onto the ground, and that's exactly what happens. He just plays around he just plays around his range, and there's nothing more to that. It's just Waymas the one that has to commit every single time, because he also can afford the percentage that he takes from the blade pin every single time.
And look at those run-ins from Waymas as well, going for the anti-air is very bold of his part, especially considering just that huge range in the fusion sword with the fair, like being able to pop it up. Like, this is prime percent for Cloud to get something going. And Javi also, like, the thing is, of course, Wario known for his ability to just rack up the, you know, waste a little bit of time and get that waft, but as well, like, Cloud is gonna get something out of it. Like, if Javi is pressing down B, he's definitely getting that limit. So, like, it's not like Waymas can just get, like, complacent and just start it, because he could be very well losing his stock. And here, Javi just mere inches away, but he's going to waste that. At least he got a bit of percent, but Waymas is working on this comeback here. Let's see if he makes it happen.
The footsteps coming from these two players, they just playing with each other's mind every single time. You think I'm going to get in, now I'm just going to go out, and then I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to foot you out. Man, it's one thing that you are able to recover with Cloud, but it's another thing that you're able to actually mix up Waymas. One thing for sure is that his Wario is just way too good at mastering the edge guard. So if you are at Javi's level, you have you have all the courage to just make it work against Waymas Wario.
I was gonna ask, is he gonna do it again? And he was ready for it. I think he didn't believe in his read, because that fortune would have definitely worked there. And now Javi playing from the ledge once again, and just trying to find a way. He just went coast to coast, and, well, we already saw how that went. The Waymas just trying to burn that percent. This is prime time for him, and he used the combo. Oh my god, of course no top platform here, so the extensions are not going to be as long as perhaps in the triplets, but he could still make some magic happen.
Javi's gotta be quite aware of not wearing out or not spending his second jump every single time he spends his second jump. That's just spells danger. Como si Don Ramon no lo dijera. That's probably gonna be the stock. Sadly, that's gonna be a wasted web that goes absolutely nowhere. Probably Javi gonna be the one that takes out that stock. Ooh, that shield pressure. We're already getting all the way to the last 2 minutes, and we're not gonna get more than that. Javi takes the first game, and it's the Centro, Ciudad de México, llevándose a Tampico a juego número 2 en su favor.
That's right, that's right. Actually, Estado de Mexico, because Javi does hail from Estado de Mexico, but the metropolitan area of Mexico, like, even though, like, Mexico City players and, like, Estado de Mexico players get really nitpicky about it, if we are talking practical terms, it's actually one region. It's, like, close enough, and, like, there's enough intermingling there that, like, it's actually just one region. But if you want to get really technical about it, then, yeah, he is
Mexico State
from
Mexico
Estado de
City.
Mexico. Yeah, that's right. But, yeah, nonetheless, like, historically, like, the strongest region in Mexico, but that perhaps could change here. And, of course, Waymas is one of the people that has actually challenged that in the past and shown his incredible level. Like I'm saying, like, this is a battle of the veterans, but Waymas perhaps with a little bit more experience on his shoulder.
Yeah, there's a lot of experience on Waymas' shoulder and also on his claps and his hands. Every single time that he just lets that rip, he just showcases what he has been through to get to this point. So right now, the one thing for sure that he's got to hold is just not try to face in against Javi every single time, just going in and going in. He has to be a little bit more resourceful with his entrances against Javi, because every single time that he uses one, it's just like one thing that Javi downloads, and that's not gonna work for the next instance, you know?
Ooh, and just look at that, the pressure that Javi's able to bring in those platforms, and yet again, the cross slash just for a little bit of damage. Oh, the drift just not even shielding. Actually, I like that decision from Javi, just not committing to an option and dashing away, trying to abuse the extra mobility that you do have when you don't commit to a specific option like that, and being able to outpace Waymas' double jump mix-ups, because that is the forte of this character as well. And same bait once more. You know that backer is very, very hard to punish, and still Waymas falling for that bait and yet again eating that up smash.
Yeah, so it's currently Javi 85%, just needing something to start up. This is quite a sweet spot for Javi to actually land a little bit more of recognizable hits. As you can already tell, it's 48% all the way coming to 70%. Waymas already on the losing verge of this second stock, and that's something that it's quite nervousism. I feel like Waymas is just slowly but surely losing a lot of ground against Javi, and that's something that probably just taking a toll against his mentality.
Perhaps so. Like, quite mentally taxing is competing in Smash, so definitely could be the case. And also, like, if you want to get a little, like, nerdy about it, he did bring Cloud to Northern Cave, so
yeah.
Like, my man is trying to become Sephiroth, but Wario, a very different villain than Sephiroth, I should say. So here, like, Waymas reeling back a little, and he is struggling really versus that extra range. And Javi, I thought he was gonna be willing to commit and maybe even throw the stuff away, but no, played it safe. You already know who you're facing against, and Javi, Mr. Safe, definitely just trying to milk his advantage as much as he can.
Quite optimal, if you ask me. I love the way that Javi plays. I mean, there's stylish players, there's neutral players, there's optimal players, and then there's Javi, which is all of them combined. So Waymas, on the other hand, already taking the first stock. He already has the full WAP confirmed for the next stock that he's able to get an entrance on. But the thing is, can he get that entrance? Can he get that single window that lets him just get that WAP on Javi? That's gonna be the struggle that currently Waymas is facing on and has no answer so far, Roy.
Yeah, quite a tall task ahead of himself. And the same backer, the strategy has not changed, and Waymas, unfortunately, due to the lack of range in Wario, has not been able to adapt to that or just bring something different to the table. We saw him getting a little bit more adventurous in that first game, but this time around, it's getting quite difficult. Oh, the extension of that Nair. And Javi immediately reacting. You know that Cloud is quite fast. with the limit on. And here, oh, look at that. He's just able to outpace him. Like, that fat man was trying to run. He was trying his best to run, but Wario is not able to catch him. Like, Cloud just closing the distance here with the forward tilt. And the same situation that we saw time and time again there. Work in Javi's favor. They just pans out the exact same way here in Northern Cave.
That's going to be game number 2 for Javi, coming all the way from the center of Mexico against the best that Tampico, Tamaulipas has to offer. So, of course, this is like, you know, one thing for sure that I was thinking about earlier about this event, there's not the fact, there's no fact about the crowd, you know, going against you or rooting for the hometown boy, you know, for the homeboy.
Okay, yeah.
And we have the change of Mega Man. That's quite puzzling, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's the secondary that Waymas has developed over the time. Like, before he used to be a solo Wario main, but as time went on, well, he realized that there were some times where he just needed something else, just spice it up a little. However, I know Javi has quite a bit of experience in this, and also, like, he's been able to defeat some impressive Mega Men such as Yeti, so let's see if he can repeat the deed here versus Waymas. And so far, though, I must say, like, Waymas being able to play from a distance, it's going very well for him.
See, so far it's actually going well, not gonna lie. I feel like he's got actually quite solid neutral against Javi so far, but the one thing for sure is that you cannot let him get any kind of entrance against you, because he's just gonna exploit it, and he's just not gonna let you breathe whatsoever after that. So currently Mega Man is being quite an answer, but so far he's already on the losing verge of that stock, and that's gonna be the stock. Javi just showcasing why he was deemed as the best of the best that Smash 4 Mexico has to offer alongside Leo.
Alright, yeah, that's why he is a namesake here. And again, Waymas, falling prey into that, and of course that projectile is transcendent, so it was gonna be quite hard, and yet again these overextensions are very costly, and of course Javi knows that he can go for it, just that, not really a pivot, but just employing that cross-slash in such a way that he's able to catch those landings. And again, this time around, Waymas does manage to escape. It's such a rare sight, it seems like, over the course of this set. So, like, if we can see that, if he can avoid the ledge traps quite a few more times, then this could definitely change the tides. However, I don't think Javi wants it to go that way.
Yeah, definitely. This is quite the tall for currently Waymas to just try to get him back into the stage. He finally managed to make it back, but it's already a little bit too late on the second stock. That's probably gonna be close to be it. But there's a lot of work, a lot of room to work on, you know. There's still a lot of hope, and of course, if Waymas is one man that can do it, he will try to do so. It's already 138%, 150, and that's gonna be the stock. Javi on the verge of winning, and that's probably gonna be the third trio that we have on the night on our blog. Isn't that like a bad omen?
I don't know. It could be like Waymas is perfectly capable of still bringing it back if he just slows it down, way down. However, exactly. That's his own phrase. Like, dale calma, pa. Just bringing it down a few notches, you know. And the thing is that now that he's at such an advantage, he's forced to press the issue a little more, and Javi, of course, is going to try to take advantage of that. Look at that. He's just not even trying to overextend, not trying to overcommit, just covering safe spaces and forcing Waymas to come in, and he's just facing that fusion sword time and time again.
He just doesn't have to commit to anything. He can just make it slow, play it smooth. He's just listening to any kind of smooth tunes, you know, the ones that you just listen to when you're on the road ride. But it's Javi just playing against time, not exactly against Waymas, and that's something that I feel quite discouraged to hear about. But on the other hand, Waymas is strike here. He's been invited for a reason, and the reason is that he's one of the best that Mexico has to offer.
Is striking just when he needs him, you know? He waited for an exact moment, but he's gonna need quite a few more of those moments if he wants to take Javi even for a fourth game, or else we are going to see the end of this set and the end of this pool. And once more, the Fair is spacing the preferred spacing tool here, and he hanged from the ledge a little too much. Rocks took advantage of that. Now Javi does it as well. And Waymas is going down in 3-0 fashion versus one of the central area of Mexico's finest.
Yeah, of course. This is quite heartbreaking for the locals, for his homeboy not being able to clutch a game against Javi. But on the other hand, one thing for sure is that every single one that's being represented on this stream, on this event, we're all
Yeah.
quite happy. I mean, on my instance, just taking me myself as an example.